Happy 4th of July, Independence Day to our cousins, ladies and gentlemen across the pond. Have a lovely, lovely day, lovely evening. To everybody else, happy Thursday. It is, of course, the Third and Long podcast. My name is Shane Harris. Above me are the podcast OGs, Oliver Butler Henderson, and our beautiful, delectable baby Hope. And conspicuous by his absence, once again, is Mr. P. But he does have a reasonable excuse this week. From all of us at the pod, happy birthday to his beautiful wife, Jem. We love our Jem. Happy birthday, Jem. Have a good one, love. So, gents, considering it's the three of us, one at a time, how are we doing?
I mean, some would say Gemma is is Phil's technical assistant.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny because it's Independence Day in America and it's Judgment Day here in the UK.
It is indeed.
I don't know nothing about this politics thing. Or the only opinion I have is don't touch my cans in my fridge. Other than that, you can do what you want with your politics.
Are you saying you haven't been to vote, Shane?
What's that, bud? No, I've been doing other things, like things about my health and worrying about my health instead.
Oh, yes.
In any event, how's your week been, boys?
It's been good.
Oh, tiring, mate. Tiring, my friend. But yeah, all good. Looking forward to my annual leave in a couple of weeks. So you guys will be on your own. Sorry.
Yeah.
No, they can't trust us without you. They kick us off the air.
Well, some might say not. Right. Yes. It's all it's all good, man. I mean, obviously you're giving us some devastating news. I mean, we're not going to go on live on air now because it's a bit of a situation at the moment, but we wish you a speedy recovery. And hope you.
Yeah, let's put it this way, but I'll be all right. It'll take a lot more than minor health issues. If all the strongbow didn't kill me, nothing else will. So I'm going to be all right.
I mean, if anyone watches my TikTok, you'd see me have a little dig at Shayna William.
Yeah.
I'm not arguing with you. I'm not arguing with you again, right? Bo is the best cider. The best there is, was, and will be. End of story.
I mean, we all saw it, Ollie. Or at least us three all saw it.
I mean, I wouldn't say Strongbow's the best cider. I mean, it's the best cider for 16-year-olds because they have no taste buds. But when you get to like our age, Shano, I mean, baby's still 15 years behind us.
Thank you very much.
Taste buds are refined, and we understand what proper cider tastes like. I know you're a boy from the valleys, and you can't take the valleys from the boy.
That's quite correct.
Christ, man, go and try some proper cider.
Oh, as they call me in Intriga, Peter Pan, because I'll never grow up. You know what I mean?
I mean,
very much so.
I don't like Strongbow, and I do like cider. So
wait till I catch hold of you. Right, so are we doing the news in 60? Enough about our aperitifs and our sort of beverage preferences. Are we doing the news in 60 to kick the show off?
We are not going to start with news in 60. Purely
okay.
There's only one really bit of news to talk about, which broke about an hour after our show last week. Typical NFL. They like doing that to us.
They do.
Let's talk about the Sunday ticket. 4.8 billion they have been found guilty of. Basically, to put it in layman terms, profiteering is the best way of putting it. Baby Hope's got the official wording of it.
Got the scoop.
Official wording is violating antitrust laws and distributing out-of-market Sunday afternoon games on a premium subscription service.
Yes. So we all complained about DAZN, right, over here in the UK, going, oh my God, it's going to 100 quid, 80 quid a week, a month, a year, whatever it is. So ESPN went to the NFL, oh, we could do your show everything ticket, all that for, I think it's $79 a year. The NFL goes, no, we can charge double that. And that's basically what the NFL have done. And they've been found guilty by a court, a jury, which is very unusual in America that they've done that. So they found them, the jury found them guilty of this basically profiteering, violating antitrust laws, whatever you want to do for the Sunday afternoon games. So they're going to, right, 4.8 billion. You're going to pay $4.8 billion. So, I mean, this isn't going to come out with what the team. This isn't going to come out what the NFL paid. Each team has to pay. I think, you said 440 million roughly earlier.
I think it's 449 million per team.
This isn't going to come out the salary caps or anything like that. The team have to pay. Each team will have to help pay this out.
I mean, I believe the lawsuit covered 2.4 million residential subscribers and 48,000 businesses. So, like, this is going to affect a lot of people.
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be a lot of people getting money back.
As they should.
I mean, I saw something about it, and just glossing through Twitter, scrolling, I saw something about it. I didn't pay much attention to it. I only found out the meat and potatoes of the issue when I listened to our good friends Baldy and the Big Fella show today. Some of the numbers are incredible, and the fact that the teams in the league have got to pay it out alongside the league, and the fact that the NFL basically got caught trying to cheat. We know they're a money grabbing league, and all they care about is the almighty dollar, right? And we all know that, right? That's God's honest truth. But the fact that they got caught doing it as well, what has Roger Goodell said about this? Has he said anything about this at all?
No.
No, nothing come out. I mean, they're not going to make anything, and nothing's going to come out yet. I mean, it's going to go to court. It's going to be, they're going to appeal it. I mean, and go down that one. It's ridiculous that, there's memos and there's emails and things like that going abroad that haven't been like deleted or removed or wiped completely. Even when Tom Brady got done for bloody Deflategate, there was still very little evidence around that, and yet the NFL, which is a multi-billion-dollar company, shall we say, can't do simple little things like that. It's ridiculous. I mean, we still love the sport. We'll still sit here and watch it in 9 weeks' time when the Chiefs take on. I can't remember who they're opening up against the first game of the season.
Oh, you should remember. You should remember.
Is it your
vengeance?
Is that a ticket chain, or did you actually forget?
I did actually forget. I've got it on here next to me.
Oh, I know, but trust me, I'm counting down the days until we say, "Here you go, Patrick. Here's your ass back."
And then Patrick says, "Thank you. I'll now drop 50 points on you."
And I just can't wait for Quan to just wipe that shit-eating grin off Kelsey's face as well.
Right. I can't see that happening. But we'll talk about that because
Nick's saying, "Hey guys, how's it going? Hi Nick, hope you're still doing well down under in New Zealand."
Oh yes.
I'm sure
Hello,
it's
Nick.
probably colder there than it is here.
Well, that's impossible.
Well, it's summer here, so it must be the winter there.
I mean, yeah, but have you not seen the weather today? It felt like bloody April at times today. It's ridiculous.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah. So, I mean, going on this,
Shane, we all know you really dislike Travis Kelce because you have this vendetta against Taylor Swift. But
I do.
I can't wait for him to drop 3 touchdowns on you and do the heart celebration for each one.
It's just buzzing. It's just sickening. It's just disgusting to even fathom that happening. It's like, no, oh no, I can't. Go on. Anyway, continue. As in.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to get your ass handed to you, Shane, but we'll talk about that in 9 weeks' time.
Don't be daft.
Oh, we're going to talk about it with 9 weeks' time, and I'm going to enjoy every minute of it.
Oh, yes, Tex.
We got the preseason games first, which I can't wait for because it's like, I know they don't mean nothing now, but the fact that it's still organised football. And we missed it so much.
So I can go on my yearly tirade about how the preseason doesn't matter.
Hey, gents.
No, it doesn't. No one cares anymore.
Hey, gents. Do you know what it is? Do you know what this month is?
It's the last.
Go on. Tell them.
It's the last month. It's the last month without football until March.
Woo-hoo-hoo!
The last football out of March. Ollie, you took that away from me, you bastard. I set that all up nicely. And then Colin's taken it away from me.
I'm just looking forward to my yearly tirade about how preseason doesn't matter. I believe last year's is still on YouTube.
I think it is.
I am Tom Brady, and I am a Patriot. I am Tom Brady, and I am a Patriot.
We need to take that sound.
Finger got stuck to it.
Hey, the ideas want it. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to it. We'll get there. Right, okay, let's roll on to let's do Monday night's quiz. Baby Hope.
Yes.
Yeah. Baby Hope's scrambling because somebody was meant to do it and didn't.
You know what he's like. Busy man.
Oh.
I'm free now. Term time's over. I believe that when I see it.
I'm gonna do it on Friday during my break.
Still
Yeah.
waiting.
So my question was, 6 quarterbacks were taken in the 2024 draft, which is the only other draft where 6 quarterbacks have been taken in the first round.
So we had a couple of answers. Obviously, we had 2021. No, there was only 3 that year. We had obviously some random guesses. I think we had one of the guys that works at 1961, which was really good.
Andy, friend of the show, Andy said 1999, but I did look at some of that. I'd not seen the correct answer.
Baldy got it right.
Boys, can I have a little sidebar before we give the answer out?
Yes.
Yeah.
I just need to go on a verbal tirade just for a second. I'm annoyed at our buddy Andy Davis, right? I mean, we've been aware of this. I'm not sure if the general NFL fan that's listening or watching the podcast knows about this, but the Jacksonville Jaguars, that was much better than last week, have done a meet and greet with ex-players and things. There's one in London, Manchester, and then sunny old Bristol, where I live. And I wanted to go. I thought, yeah, it's only a $5. It goes towards the Jags Foundation. Let's go. I mean, you two couldn't make it. That's fine. Phil, whatever with Phil, he's like, he couldn't make it either. He no comment. But, yeah, so I didn't go. I thought, I'm not going on my own. Don't worry about it. The next thing I know, I see on Andy Davis's Instagram that he went to it. And Andy had to travel from mid Wales or like further along than where I'm from to go there, and not the courtesy of a message to see if I was going. He knows where I live. I don't know whether it's a case of he's got a problem with me or I don't know what's going on, but I'm not very happy with you, Andy.
To be fair,
last clip this and put it on YouTube and Instagram and all that lot.
To be fair, last time I spoke to Andy, he thought I lived in Bolton, so. Does he really know
well, you're a Bolton fan. It makes all the sense in the world. Sorry, anyway, continue.
So I did get an right answer because I post the videos up on TikTok anyway as well. And it was from a Luke C or Luke W, his name was, who did actually get it right. And he did name 3 of the quarterbacks in that first round as well.
Yeah, I know. 3 of the quarterbacks have gone to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I know, right?
Ooh.
1983 is the correct guess.
Wow.
Who are the quarterbacks?
83.
Yeah.
Was that the year Dan Marino?
Yes.
Correct.
Guess one. John Elway.
Yep.
Yep.
It was 2 years before I was born, so forgive me for not knowing the rest of this. Yeah, I'll tap out at that point. I've got 2.
Yep. Ollie, do you know any others?
I'm just getting them up here.
No. No cheating.
I've got them here now, so.
You're cheating.
I mean,
there's always one.
Jim Kelly, who also Hall of Famer. And then apparently there was Todd Backledge.
Yep.
Right.
Ken O'Brien. Tony Eason.
Correct.
One more?
No, that's 6.
Do one more? Okay. 6? I done 2 and you done 3.
Did I do 4?
Yeah, you did 4.
You done 3, didn't you? Oh, sorry, I must be going deaf in my old age.
I mean, it makes me chuckle, right? Jim Kelly went to the park, the big dance 4 times.
4 Super Bowls, 4 losses.
4 Super Times on the bounce in Buffalo. I mean,
I mean,
It's-
Kyle Shanahan's getting to his level.
Let's hope so.
Yeah, I mean, we can't all have Andy Reid and Bill Belichick in our hands. That's great. It's great.
I mean, Belichick lost 40% of the Super Bowls he was in.
It's a ridiculous start, isn't it? Considering he's in 10. It's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
which made the mental maths easy.
Which is ridiculous. Right. A few weeks ago, we did the offense through the decades.
Yeah, and I wasn't here, and apparently I was very controversial.
Yeah, which was great.
You are very controversial.
Yeah, well, I picked people. I only picked people that were drafted in my decade because I thought that's what the point was. But it turns out that wasn't the points. So
Okay.
I could have been Terrell Owens, Tony Gonzalez, people like that.
It's okay, but we'll reach you for content in preseason anyway. Don't worry about it.
Most definitely. Right. So as I said, it is Defense of the Decades. You'll notice that a certain young gentleman is not on the screen tonight. And Mr. Perrins hasn't provided us with his decade, so we're going to be scrambling and doing it ourselves. This is going to be very interesting. I mean, we can either do that one way. We can either go right quarterback, wide receiver, or pick a wide receiver, then pick a running back, and then go that way.
Except we're doing defense.
Okay, on the defense side of the ball, but you know what I meant. So we can either do it that way, or we just go, yeah. Well, we'll get to that decade in a minute. Shayna, you're first with the 80s, my friend.
Oh, brilliant. Thank you for that. Right, so my 80s all-decade team, the decade that yours truly was put on this earth for. Let's have a little look then. So my first choice defensive end is the absolute beast that was basically had a legendary career with the Packers, and his last team was the Eagles, Reggie White. Reggie White was absolutely unreal in his day at defensive end. And I'm going to partner him with Howie Long of the Raiders, who was also another legendary defensive end. And in all honesty, Reggie White had 22 votes for the Hall of Fame, for this all-decade team, and Howie Long had 21. So you can see they were pretty much matched up with each other. And defensive tackle, I'm going Randy White of the Dallas Cowboys, and Dan Hampton of the Chicago Bears. This is going to be me. I'm going to give you a couple of players, and then people can sort of mix and match and put them where they want, because I think a lot of these players in the 80s, it's hard to like sort of sort between them because they were so good. And I mean, the sport's a lot different now than what it was then. There's a lot of tackles, a lot of things. Oh yeah, a lot of penalties, which you get penalties for blowing on someone these days compared to what you could get away with in the 80s, and we all know that's true.
You get penalties for hugging the post. DK
exactly. I absolutely hate that taunting penalty.
I've ever seen that was flag, huh? Unsportsmanlike conduct. What? He's just going. Hey. Do you imagine a footballer going out and goes to the corner flag and hugging the corner flag, or I
mean, Tim Cahill would be sent off every week.
I know, it's ridiculous. Yeah, it's one of the most stupid. Don't get me started on that penalty because I think it's the most unsportsmanlike conduct and taunting. I absolutely hate. Absolutely hate those bloody penalty calls. Anyway,
it's wrong, and obviously no, it's all right. But and then we've got the always questionable defensive pass interference and offensive pass interference penalties, which are always contested, always debatable. But
they need to be there, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm not saying they don't. I'm just saying a lot of them are questionable.
No.
Okay.
Saints NFC game against the Rams.
Exactly. There's so many different questionable calls.
Sorensen again in the wildcard game against Cleveland Browns.
Yeah.
That was about a day late and $1 short.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. As I said, those calls are a bit sketchy. I mean, maybe 1 week we could sort of step away from the players and try and step into the shoes of the officials 1 week and see if we could see what we would do in certain scenarios or see how we would cope as an NFL as a line judge or as indeed as an official. That's an idea for another day. Yeah, so middle linebackers. Oh, Mike Singletary of the Chicago Bears.
Can I just ask you a quick question?
Go on. Yeah.
Are you are you playing a 4-3 defense or a 3-4 defense?
I'm reading what's on the screen. I'm very much underprepared this week, and I'm using the charisma to carry me through. Yeah. So, and also, well, at the end of the day, at least I've shown up. Oh, he's gonna kill me. Yeah, but then there's another middle linebacker I also want to talk about as well. Main event in WrestleMania 11. You knew I was going to go with this guy, mainly because the fact that he carried the New York Giants franchise through the 80s. He was also a star of probably the best American football film ever made any given Sunday. Ladies and gentlemen, Lawrence Taylor, 100%. He's definitely.
We all knew you were going to say it because it gave you a chance to talk about WWE.
Yes, of course. And as I said, any given Sunday is absolutely class as well. So yeah, again, any excuse to talk about that film as well, because life, as in football, is a game of inches. Yeah. So I'm my outside linebacker. Then I'm going to go with Ted Hendricks from the Los Angeles Raiders. I've always had a thing about the Raiders. Like, they can never make their mind up where they're playing. Oakland, LA, back and forth.
Like
it's mad. Bit like the Rams, exactly. I found something out today about the Rams as well, again, from our good friends Baldy and the Big Fella. When they moved from San Diego to LA, I believe LA was... No, wait, we're on about Chargers. When they moved from San Diego to LA, the league was supposed to fine them, I think it was $790 million because they weren't supposed to move and they broke all sorts of rules. But the NFL were like, nah, don't worry about it, it's fine. And this is how sketchy this league is,
Yeah, I mean, I might have offended an LA Chargers fan. On Baldy.
Why? What did you do?
Well, on Baldy and the Big Guys, they did something about, and I put something about SoFi being quiet anyway. And there's a Chargers fan who's obviously friends of their show. I might have offended him a little bit.
I mean,
actually, now you mention it, I did hear about that today because, like I said, I listened to the show and I was like, oh, who's OBH upsetting again? Now look at him.
The Chargers can't even fill SoFi.
I mean, I'd love to get Jeff on the show. I really would.
The Rams can't either. There's a reason its actual name is Levi South.
This is what I don't understand. Why build a brand new state-of-the-art stadium if neither team can fill it?
I mean, the Phillies is going to be for the Olympic swimming in 2028.
Yeah.
And again, they won't fill it for swimming, will they?
They will.
They're chopping it in half. So what they're doing is they put it in half. They're having the diving on one side and the swimming on the other.
So just out of interest, did you guys see that they did the Olympic trials this year for the swimming at Lucas Oil?
I know, it's mad, isn't it? How they've changed that stadium and put it in there is absolutely brilliant. Love that. Should we let Shane finish his 80s?
Yeah, I'll just finish off. Don't worry about me. My cornerbacks. Ollie, perhaps you may have heard of this gentleman. He did play for your side, and he also played for the Raiders. Mike Haynes.
Yeah.
A
bit before your time.
A little bit before my time. I've seen, I've seen videos of him when I've been at Foxborough and seen clips of him and seen his stats up there.
Can I
understand why this guy's a Hall of Famer.
The Niners won what? 4 Super Bowl in the 80s, and you've not mentioned one Niner yet.
Wait! Stop jumping the gun there, baby. Have a minute now. So and again, the quarterback playing alongside Mike Haynes. The sick is about here saying this. I hate saying this, but I will have to say it. Mel Blount for those horrible towel twirling bastards. Yeah, you can't deny class. At the end of the day, it is what it is. He was one of the best cornerbacks in the 80s. He was phenomenal. So, he's a shoo-in for my 80s All-Decades team. Right then, at last, baby can have his way. Who do you think I'm going to pick as safety for this 80s All-Decade team that played for your lot? Or played for your lot, sorry.
One of your lots?
There you go. Emphasis on the yo lot. Yeah. Come on. Do you want to tell us a little bit about Ronnie Lott? Me not being an expert on anything Niners, thankfully.
Honestly, this was way before my time. So again,
Oh, my time too.
I've only seen videos, but I do know he was an absolute hard-hitting legend
Right.
of the 49ers.
Yeah.
Ronnie Lott stats: 4-time Super Bowl champion, 8-time first team All Pro, 10-time Pro Bowler, twice NFL interception leader in 86 and 91, 80s decade team, 90s decade team, 75th anniversary team, 100th anniversary team, 2 times first team All Pack. So he's even a hell of a college ball player as well. You know, just over 1,100 tackles, 63 interceptions, 730-yard interception return yards, 16 fumbles, 17 fumble recoveries, and 5 tiddies. This guy was even this day and age, that is a hell of a stat to be playing with.
The fact that he was 2-time interception leader as a safety.
I know.
As we said, the sport's changed, but that's still an incredible statistic. And then my last safety, and I'm going to go with Kenny Easley of the Seahawks. I mean, he's always going to be in Ronnie Lott's shadow because of all the accomplishments and everything else that Ronnie Lott has done. I think if I had to pick a captain for my defense, it would be a toss-up between Ronnie Lott and LT. But I think because of my disdain for the Niners and my admiration for Lawrence Taylor, I think I'd have to give him the armband. Also, I can do a coach for this one as well. I can do a coach for my defense as well. Check out a little extra one in there. And baby, you're going to be happy with this. Who do you think it's going to be?
Bill Walsh.
Well done. Yes, it's going to be 4-time Super Bowl winning champion in the 80s, Bill Walsh. Gentlemen, please God, take this segment off my hands.
It was never going to be Chuck Noll, was it?
No, good. Nah.
90s. Right. I'm going to do my 90s. And then what we're going to do for the noughties, we are going to pick a position. We are going to go down the positions each. So let's do a 4-3 defense. So 4 defensive end, 2 defensive ends, 2 tackles, 3 linebackers, 4 defensive backs, so 2 corners, 2 safeties. Okay. I'll do my 90s. Okay. I've done a 3-4 defense. So this might make a few controversial on a few people. So I'm going to start with the defensive end. Coming out of Virginia Tech, playing for Buffalo Bills during the 90s. We have 2 times defensive end player or defensive player of the year, 9 teams, first team All-Pro, 11 Pro Bowls. I have gone for the wonderful, the amazing Bruce Smith. This guy racked up 200 sacks, a couple of safeties, 43 forced fumbles. What a baller this guy was. Absolute brilliant player. I mean, 90s was a little bit before my time. I started watching it, end of 90s. Again, watching back and like when you go through America's Game and things like that, and you see these guys coming up, it's like, oh my God, that was amazing. Right, into defensive tackle this time. Coming out of Miami, he played for the Seattle Seahawks throughout the noughties, the 90s, the full decade. NFL Defensive Player of the Year, 3 times All-Pro. What else he got in there? Let me just roll this down a little bit. 8-time Pro Bowler, 668 tackles, 58 sacks, 3 interceptions. Cortez Kennedy. Now, this guy was a proper guy as well. You know, you look at these big interior defensive linemen and you think they can't move. This guy's quick. Really quick for someone in the 90s.
There's really somebody else you could have had in this position if you decided on passing on Cortez Kennedy. You could have had the Rock's old teammate from Miami University, the U. Could have had Warren Sapp.
Yeah, I did look at him as well, but I just thought I like Cortez Kennedy. I like the name as well.
I like the name.
Cortez, such a cool name. Right, this dude is a baller. Coming out of the College of Tennessee. So
go Vols.
Yeah. You know, he wasn't always straight into the NFL. Believe it or not. He started at the Memphis Showboats first. But he ended up Super Bowl champion, 2 times Defensive Player of the Year, 8 times All Pro, 13 Pro Bowlers, 2 times sack leader, with a totaling of 198 sacks, 33 forced fumbles, 20 fumble recoveries, 2 defensive touchdowns. I've gone to defensive end Reggie White. Played for.
This guy was so good.
He hit his prime during his Green Bay days. 93 to 98.
I mean, wasn't he in your team? Was he only your team too, Shane?
He was my first pick off the board, 100%. Yeah, Reggie White. He's a legend of the game. And as you just said, his best days were in Green Bay, but he also played for the Eagles, and he was an absolute animal. The size and the speed of this guy was, unreal, out in this world.
Yeah, completely. Now, the next guy, I could have put at the defensive end. I could have taken him over either Reggie or Bruce, but I decided to play him at outside linebacker, where he played a lot of his career at. Out of Auburn, so pretty big college, went 5th overall, 133rd overall, 113th, so I get it right. Played for the Rams, played for the Steelers, played for the Panthers, and...
And are we going with this?
Yep. Who is it then?
It is former WCW superstar Kevin Green.
Yeah, man. Kevin Green, Defensive Player of the Year in 1998.
God rest his soul.
3-time All-Pro, 5-time Pro Bowler, 2-time Defensive Sack Leader, 160 sacks, 23 forced fumbles, 3 defensive touchdowns.
160 sacks.
And he's now got longer hair than Phil has. Look at it. It's ridiculous. If you look at Phil, whenever you see him, he always has long hair,
I knew it.
I'm claiming this guy as a Patriot. Okay. Yes, he didn't play as the Patriots during the 90s. He played for the San Diego Chargers. Man of the Year in 1994. Out of the College of the USC. Okay. Linebacker, wearing number 55. The Chargers have retired his jersey. This is how big this guy is.
How are we going with this?
6-time All-Pro, 12-time Pro Bowler, NFL solo tackle leader in 1994, Chargers Hall of Famer, 56.5 sacks, 18 interceptions, 11 forced fumbles, 18 fumble recoveries, and a defensive touchdown. I'm called for Junior Seau. His real name is Seau. His real name is Tiana Biol Junior Seau. Proper player. Born in San
Another
Diego.
one who's no longer with us.
Great pronunciation too.
Oh, it's great, isn't it? Proper.
Another one who's no longer with us. God rest his soul. He passed away in 43 in 2012.
Yeah, he's a hell of a player. Really, really, really good player. Died at like a stupidly young age. It's 2012. You can't not go with not having one of those guys in the board. Right. Next guy up, linebacker from Auburn, played for Kansas City Chiefs his whole career for a decade. Defensive Rookie of the Year in 1989, Man of the Year in 1993, 2 times All-Pro First Team, 9-time Pro Bowler, sack leader, forced fumble leader twice. He had 19 fumble recoveries off 41 forced fumbles, 3 safeties, 126 sacks. It is Derek Thomas, number 58, and I think he is in the Chiefs Hall of Ring of Fame as well. And they have retired his number. Proper player.
Well deserved, absolutely well deserved.
Looking back, obviously Noah's a Chiefs fan, so I, look at things and get a bit of history, so I can give him, the history of what it's like as well, going through there. This guy's a proper player. This guy is one of these players you can go, right, you quite easily play in today's game without an issue. Well,
yeah, he was no scrub at all.
Not at all.
He was a proper player.
Yeah. Right. Next one. Gone for the next linebacker out of Clemson.
How many million linebackers in this team?
4.
He's picking the bench as well.
4. Here's my last linebacker. All right. I've gone Kevin Cook, Yao,
Kevin
Derek
Cook.
Thomas, list one here, which I almost gave it away. Right. Played for the Steelers, 92 to the North, then went to Seahawks, then went Philly before as a coach, Florida A&M, the coach, first team All-Pro, FA linebacker coach of the year, part of the 90s decade team, 19 sacks, 16 forced fumbles, 9 fumble recoveries, 11 interceptions. His 40-yard dash, for the size of him, he was huge, was a 4.92.
Whoa.
Guy was massive. He was 240 pounds and he was 6 foot. So he wasn't exactly like lean. He was a big guy. And he's gone to Levon Kirkland. Really good player. I mean, I've seen him. I kind of remember the back end of his career, when he played for Pittsburgh and Seattle and Philly. And even then, he was still a bit of a disruptive. Anything else, he wouldn't. The numbers didn't really show how good of a player he was. He was more of a disruptor than an actual, I'm going to win the ball and get this ball. He'd be one that 2 or 3 players try and get, and he would just push them back into the pocket, and then someone else come in. He was that kind of player. He's a really good player. Right, into the defensive backs, which is my position. I played obviously cornerback, nowhere near to this level, but we can go. I'm playing this guy as a cornerback, but he did play safety as well. Out of Purdue, played for the Steelers, played for the Niners. He played for that lot as well, the Baltimore lot, and he played for Oakland.
I know who this is.
He's a coach as well for the Vegas Vipers. Is that is UFL, isn't it? Vegas Vipers, UFL.
Vegas Vipers. I can't say I've heard of it.
Super Bowl champion, defensive player of the year, 6-time first team All Pro, 11-time Pro Bowl, twice NFL interception leader, 71 interceptions, 17 tackles, 20 fumbles. It is the great Rod Woodson.
Great Ravens Hall of Famer Rod Woodson.
Oh mate, he is an absolute legend.
The Vegas Vipers were an XFL team, but they no longer exist, I don't think.
Okay.
Well, you know.
Right. Any guesses who my second corner is going to be?
What if I said to you, he's got to play? I think he's got a player. I think his boy is coming to the NFL soon. I think. Maybe I'm wrong.
Correct.
Okay, I'm right. Fair enough. I thought I was. Has he played for the Falcons?
Playing career, yes.
Has he played for Ollie's lot?
Unfortunately, yes.
Is he most famous for playing with the dynasty that was the Dallas Cowboys in the 90s?
He played for the Cowboys. He played for your lot as well. After
I like to solve the puzzle. I like to solve the puzzle, please, Pat.
Yep.
Is it primetime Deion Sanders?
It is prime time itself. I mean,
yes.
Defensive player of the year, first team All Pro, second team All Pro, 8-time Pro Bowler, NFL kickoff return yards leader, 90s decades team, 100th anniversary team. He is a bloody good player. I remember watching him, even when he had 4 years off and then comes back, plays for your lot. He still had something.
He just filled the roster spot at that point, I think, and he got by on his name value. But in his prime, he was untouchable. Prime time for a reason.
He's still
now head coach of the Colorado Buffaloes.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
Watch out!
So,
just watch out for their quarterback next season.
That's his lad, isn't it? Yeah. So let's go over to the safeties. I'm looking at the time here, and I know what the time is, so I'm going to speed it along a little bit. So out of UCLA, played for the Steelers, played for the Jags, played for Shano's lot as well. He's currently a coach for the Memphis Showboats. I need to find out what the Showboats are. First team All Pro.
UFL.
5-time Pro Bowler. 16 interceptions, 25 sacks, 4 fumbles, 5 touchdowns. Most of this was going to be from the Steelers, and it is Carnell Lake. Don't know a lot about this gentleman in person. Just want to look at his stats. There are some good stats, especially when you're like sack lead, interception leader, and all that as well. So that's what
they are some good stats. If you want to look it up, Wikipedia exists for a reason.
I mean, when you look at safeties, when you look at secondary, your numbers are interceptions and tackle and pass breakups. That's what your 2 numbers are. Your number 1, and he was like pretty much top on most of them, most seasons. It's ridiculous. Last and finally, out of my lot, out of the 90s, played for majority of the decade for the Broncos before he went to New York. 2-time Super Bowl champion, 8-time Pro Bowler. He's not got anything else there, but he's in the Broncos Ring of Fame. 24 interceptions, 408 interception yards, 4 fumbles, fumble recoveries, 5 sacks, defensive touchdown. It is, of course, Steve Atwater. Now, I do know this guy because I've watched videos of this guy. When you go to America's games, you watch back the old Super Bowls when Denver won. This guy was literally, his hand was of a wide receiver. It is ridiculously good how good this guy was. Such a good player, and I really like him, and I really like my team. I'm happy with my team. So far so good. So,
and Ollie has finally finished his 90s team.
We should have that at the beginning of the show. Come on now.
Well, we could do. Right. Let's go through the noughties. Obviously, Phil hasn't given us our team. Yes, we are throwing Phil as much shade as we can today.
Oh, a lot of shade tonight.
This is birthday or not. So we are going to go through the team. I'm trying to work it out if we can do linebacker without letting Shane have a linebacker.
Whoa. No, that's not the way it works. Play it properly.
Penny drop.
How about we have players who are not convicted felons?
That would be, if you were doing a team these days, it'd rule out half the NFL, or at least half the Chiefs.
I'm trying to look at the team here, and I can't see many. Right, let's go. Baby Hope, Shano, as you started first with the 80s. Who's your first? So let's go for a 3-4 formation. So 3 defensive big guys, 4 linebackers, and then we can go to the DBs. So let's go, Shano, your first defensive end, my friend.
From the 2000s.
From the noughties, yes.
Oh, naughty side, yeah. Jesus, you put me on the spot right now, haven't you? I didn't know we were doing this. Okay.
I did my 90s, and I went on long enough so you lot can get the teams up.
Shall I go first? I'm actually prepared.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Okay. I want New York Giants legend. He had the sack record until it was broken by someone who we're going to in my team. I want Michael Strahan.
Nice.
Okay.
Very good.
Now on Good Morning America.
Yes, he is. That's right. With Kenny Ripper, that's right.
Oh, you bastard. Right. I would like to go next. Do you mind, Shano?
You carry on, man.
Right. I'm just going to go and get something. Bear with me. Need something here.
What are you doing now? I want one of those flags. You can get them in the third and long shop at thirdandlongpod.com.
He's getting his Sandosa jersey.
Yeah.
Of course he is. Why is it in a frame?
Yeah.
Right on the wall. Under your bed or something.
Can I not choose this gentleman?
Only because you're buddies with him if you want to.
Mate, I've got to go for OC. He was my first player that I liked when I saw the NFL live. And I thought, oh my God, this guy's a proper baller. Really liked OC. Yes, he took 2 Super Bowl rings off us. But yes, he is a great personality now, what we've got here. But he was a proper footballer. proper footballer. Yes, he doesn't make the Naughty team of the decade for the NFL, but he's a really good player. Two-time Super Bowl champion, 430 odd tackles, 85 sacks, 1 interception. He had the most sacks in one game in 6.
Wow.
He was a good player. Played for the New York Giants from 03 to 2012. So, yeah. Shano, let's do your defensive tackle, my friend.
Now I can do one. Yes, now I can do one. So I may have mentioned him earlier on, but I will mention him again. Defensive tackle for primarily for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He did play a couple of years in Oakland. It is, as I said, the Rock's teammate at the University of Miami, Warren Sapp. He was a Super Bowl champion. Boys, you can read, honestly, the accolades of this man, and not just a very, very good football pundit as it is. Any NFL 1990s All-Decade team, NFL 2000s All-Decade team, 7-time Pro Bowl, 4-time first-team All-Pro, NFL Defensive Player of the Year in 1999, Bronco Nagurski Trophy, Big Will's Trophy, Big East Defensive Player of the Year. So he's good in college as well. The records write themselves. This bloke was an absolute unit on and off the field. He was unbelievable.
I mean, we could have even taken Richard Seymour from the Patriots, 3-time Super Bowl champion.
Well, why do you think I didn't? Why do you think I didn't?
I know, bastard. I was expecting that one, but we didn't. We're going for a 3-4 formation, so we're rolling on to the linebackers. Baby Hope, over to you.
Okay, so I'm taking the Tampa Bay Buccaneer, Derek Brooks.
That's naughty, that is.
Super Bowl champion.
Good player.
Player of the Year, Multi-Place Man of the Year, 5 times All-Pro, 4-team second team All-Pro, 11 times in the Pro Bowl, tackle leader 3 times. This guy was an absolute player. He's in the Ring of Honor for Tampa Bay. His number 55 is retired, and he won a lot of awards, not just in the NFL, also in college. I'm not going to go through them all because you guys have been talking forever, so I'm conscious for time.
I mean, thank God for the edit button when it goes live. Right. His son plays in football. His son plays for this team.
Okay.
As a defensive back.
Right.
He was drafted year before last.
Right.
Plays for your favourite team, Phil. Shane.
Oh, I know who it is.
Yep. Joey Porter.
Joey Porter. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Great player. Now a coach. Super Bowl champion. First team All-Pro. 98 sacks. He spent majority of his years in Pittsburgh before going to them bloody fishes down south and the Cards. But a great player. Go on then.
Thank you. Obviously, anyone who knows me knows anything about me at all that I bleed purple and black. Everyone knows that. And it's not Strongbow Dark Fruit. You can fuck off. It is, of course, the colors of them boys, the Baltimore Ravens. The best player in Baltimore Ravens history.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Ray Lewis. There you go. Actually, I was going to blow smoke for Ray Lewis for a while, and I was going to switch gears momentarily to give somebody else their respect, who I think was an absolute beast at middle linebacker, Brian Urlacher for the Bears.
What an
absolute player he was. He was a Bears icon as well.
But you got Zach Thomas as well for the Dolphins and DeMarcus Ware as well.
Ollie just reading off the time the team of the Naughties.
Linebacker position was stacked.
Don't. Right.
Don't.
Who you picking, baby?
For what? Another linebacker. Cornerback. Oh, yeah. I'll take Hall of Famer, Oakland Raiders, Green Bay Packers, Charles Woodson.
Oh, pick.
I mean, like I said, conscious for time, and for some reason we seem to want to go along the stat line of every player, which is going to give you about two minutes to do mine. So I'm just going to say Charles Woodson and move on.
Whoa. We've upset him, guys. Past his bedtime.
Dude, don't worry about it. We'll let you have plenty of time, my friend. Plenty of time. Right. I'm so glad. I mean, sorry, Charles Woodson. Tom Brady didn't fumble the ball.
It was a fumble.
Even Brady admitted Charles Woodson now, which is absolutely brilliant. If you watch any of the documentaries, yeah, it's brilliant. Right. I cannot, and I mean not, pick this gentleman at cornerback. One of the hardest hitting players in the league to ever play.
I bet Tom's going to pick Ty Law.
I am picking Ty Law.
Christ, he is very sour tonight. Jesus.
Ty Law is a baller. Absolute baller. Yeah. Shano, safety number 1, please.
Yes, please. Yes, please. I've got his jersey.
Oh, no, he's
Baltimore
not.
Ravens number 20. Probably the best safety to ever do it, Ed Reed. There you go. Nice and succinct for you.
I didn't think of that, did I? I forgot Ed Reed was a bloody Baltimore. Right. Are we going to pick the same one?
I won't pull him all.
Yeah, I was going to go Polamalu as well.
Buzz in. What about Brian Dawkins?
Yeah, he was good.
Polamalu was one of the best safeties to ever play the game, mate.
He also played for the fucking Steelers. Sting.
Yeah, but he was one of the best safeties to ever play the game.
He's also now
and that's how it's going to go.
He's also now a mentor to the San Francisco 49ers safety, Talanoa Hafanga.
It's because they look alike.
Christian after a couple of cans.
Carl Ellis has said Kyle Hamilton.
Yes, but not yet. Yes, Carl, but not yet.
Well, Carl, I can tell you that Kyle Hamilton is not in my tens.
Right,
but he should be.
Tends to present 18.
You've been whinging all night long, so go on, crack on.
Okay, so I'm doing a 4-3 defense because that is the only logical defense there is.
Okay.
So my first defensive end, I think you can all assume this guy was not going to not be in my team. Nick Bosa.
Jesus. Have you done one before?
Defensive Player of the Year, Defensive Rookie of the Year, 4-time All-Pro. The only time he's not been All-Pro is when he broke his leg.
Can I ask you a hypothetical question?
Yeah.
If he was hanging off a cliff, right, and Lauren was hanging off a cliff, and you only had one hand, who would you save?
Yeah,
it's okay, Lauren. Just listen to the show. You're all right. You can tell us the truth.
Lauren.
I'm not answering. I'm not answering.
Ollie, can I ask you a serious question?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Nick Bosa played for Seattle. Would you love him as much?
No.
I don't know. By us. Anyway, maybe go on, continue.
If Tom Brady played for the Dolphins, would you like love him so much?
I still think he's the GOAT. If it's still the same, but it's the Dolphins.
Don't lie.
So I'm doing something a bit controversial here. I'm taking a defensive end. I'm moving him inside because I had to get this guy in my team, and there are too many good defensive ends. JJ Watt.
Yes.
Yeah.
But could he play? Yeah, but could he play there though? I agree with what you're saying. I agree with your pick. But could he play there?
I think he could. I think he could play anywhere in the line. He's an absolute beast.
Don't forget, he played quarterback. Okay. He actually threw a pass in the NFL.
Yeah.
Yeah, Derek Henry's done that too, but yeah, okay.
Yeah, but this guy plays defensive end.
This guy's on the D.
Sorry, what?
This guy's a defensive player. I mean, if you want to go into that, Christian McCaffrey's thrown 2 touchdowns.
I'm not trying to one up you. I'm just saying.
And Jerron Jennings threw one in the Super Bowl. But next
one day. Yeah, go on.
Next to JJ Watt, this guy, Aaron Donald. I don't need to say anymore.
How could you not?
And next to him, don't let this guy have any helmets around him. I mean, don't give him any helmets when Rudolph the Big Six Reindeer is about. But
Big Six
he's a player. And he also admitted that beside himself, the best player in the NFL is Christian McCaffrey.
Why not?
So So does EA Sports.
Apparently, another also overlooked player is Justin Madubuike.
I like you. You can come again. You can come again. You can come on the show if you want. That's no worries at all. You mentioned about the. Go on. You're right.
No Calais Campbell.
Yeah,
No,
Calais Campbell. Okay. Do you want to hear the?
No,
Do you want to hear the
no,
honorable
no,
mentions? Do you want to hear the honorable mentions, Gav? A lot.
Yes.
No.
Be quick, because time's getting on.
I'll move on to linebackers. So
Okay.
I've got JJ's brother, TJ Watt.
Yeah, that's what I hate to say it, yeah.
One of the most underrated players, I think, in the NFL, Luke Kuechly
I'm glad
Yeah.
you said him.
from the Panthers. And
Yep.
this middle linebacker spot is between two. So
Two?
it's between two. No, between
I'm
two
thinking of
players.
three. I'm thinking
Okay.
of
Yeah,
three.
I get you.
So
I got you.
I was either putting in Fred Warner or Pat Willis. Let's be real here.
Oh, no.
Of course you was.
And I decided to go for Hall of Famer Patrick Willis.
So
Okay.
you left out Khalil Mack, Von Miller, Bobby Wagner.
I said
Come on,
that-
Smith.
I said I had a lot of honorable mentions. Another honorable mention was Bobby Wagner. But
I'm not surprised you haven't put a Seahawk in there at all, mate. To be fair.
Seahawks are coming.
Okay, fair enough then.
Moving swiftly on to cornerbacks.
Yep.
Seahawks and 49er player.
I know
Richard
what this is.
The best cornerback to play part of the Legion of Boom. I could not put Richard Sherman in. Ollie, who do you think I bet is the other cornerback? I'm interested in this.
I know.
Hall of Famer.
No,
What?
You haven't put Darrell Revis in.
I've not put Darrell Revis in.
Right, you're fired.
I thought he was going to
You're
be.
fired.
I
Get out.
thought he was going to be in the 2000s team, and I was trying to get some kind of,
I mean,
some.
what have you been
diverse-
feeding Cole? I mean, I like Zay Flowers, but
Zay
he's not-
Flowers, future Hall of Famer. I'm not breaking on breaking on what not. I will join again. Got night off tonight. Okay.
Wait,
what's
so
going on?
This is Carol.
Did you just say Zay Flowers, future Hall of Famer? 100% true.
So my other cornerback, Patrick Peterson.
Yeah, it's a good shout, bud. It's a good shout.
I still think you grossly overlooked Darrell Revis.
Like I said, I thought Darrell Revis was going to get in the 2000s team, and I was trying to get some differences.
There's a story that came out. Okay, Tom Brady said there were two players he hated playing against in training camp. One was Ty Law because the guy was an animal, and the other one was Darrell Revis because the ball literally found his way to him. Whenever he threw anywhere in his direction, the ball ended up somewhere in his hands. Whether it's
Carol
calls
says,
it.
Carol says, I break NFL boxes on WhatsApp for NFL cards. Okay.
And whatnot. That's cool. Yeah, it's a cool little thing. Send us your link. We'll try and see if we can get you on the show.
So my safeties. I said there were Legion of Boom players coming, and here's another Legion of Boom player. I think he might have also played for the Ravens.
Yeah.
If here's what I think it is, yes, it is.
Earl Thomas.
Yeah, I liked him when he played for us. I thought he was really good.
Yeah, he was better. He was better than Seahawks. And on the other side, I have the Honey Badger.
Oh, Tyrone. Tyron.
Why not Eric Berry?
Again, honorable mentions.
Well, okay,
Why not, man? Chris Harris, why not?
What had Matthew? I mean, I really like Tyron Matthew. I think he's a bloody good player over Eric Berry.
I just think he.
There's no choice.
Yeah, if you look, I mean, Tyron Matthews, he won the Super Bowl, three first team All Pro, second team, 3 Pro Bowls. He was in 2010's All Decade team. He won rookie. He was in the All Rookie team. This guy was an absolute player.
Fair enough. I get that.
I think there also might have been a tad bit of recency bias in there too, but Chris Harris also almost made it in.
Yes, Mam almost made it in. Well, that's our old decades team. 80s, 90s, 2000s, and 2010s. Any issues, any questions, any comments, you know where we are in the comment section. You know, we're always good for a bit of a debate here on the Third and Long podcast. Do you want to take us home, OBH, unless there's anything else?
I mean, you always ask me.
Shane, I'm bringing a box of 2018 NFL cards tomorrow. We both know what team people will be fighting to buy.
Oh, 100%. 100%. This one here.
Nice. Right. As always, we do our guess what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we know the gentleman knows one because, well, they've done them. So first player, his college was at Notre Dame. He was drafted by Green Bay. He played for Chicago. He is now at New Orleans Saints. Has a brother with blue hair.
Thing is, you told me.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I forgot already.
Got him.
Oh no, I don't.
Oh,
is
yeah,
it Equinemius St. Brown?
Yeah,
it is St. Brown. Yeah.
When he said blue hair, I was thinking, yes, Amon-Ra there.
Right. Stanford, drafted by Seattle, played for that lot, and then finished up at Tampa Bay.
I literally mentioned him like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Probably less.
It is the Shermanator.
Richard Sherman. Okay.
Florida State, drafted by Minnesota, played for New York Jets, and finished up at Islot down there. Then Baltimore Ravens.
Pick me.
Go on, baby. Have a go.
Dalvin Cook.
Yes, of course it was.
Yes, it is.
He's technically still playing for us, technically.
Yeah. So that was our
Dalvin Cook.
I mean, if you have any you want to add to players, our criteria is play for 3 teams. That's all I need. If you give me a name, if they play for 3 teams, super. We'll get in. We normally try to get out on a Sunday night. As always, before I get anyone interrupt me before I go, as always.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I have a genuine shameless plug for this week as well. I did a shameless plug on my first show for my other new little gig. So I'm gonna do a shameless plug for that little gig here. As my close friends know, I started a gig as a part-time radio presenter. Saturday just gone on a little station called Summer Valley FM, Club Immerse with DJ So Below and my old buddy Sweeney. We go out 10 at night till 1 o'clock Sunday morning. It's a drum and bass show. Come along and listen to some good tunes, a bit of banter. Yeah, it's all good. We live it on the show. And of course, if you do come along, tell them a Third and Long sent you.
Or don't.
Oh, I'm getting about. I'm exposing the brand.
Mate, always, buddy. Right, ladies and gentlemen, as always, we'll be back on your screens about 8:30.
Just quickly, Cal Ellis says
Thursday.
Dalvin Cook been passed around more than my ex-girlfriend.
Nice.
You wait until we talk about Trent Dilfer. Right. As I was saying, as always, we'll be back on your screens 8:30 next Thursday, maybe the foursome. It'll be my last one before I go on my annual leavages for a week. So until then, ladies and gentlemen, have a wonderful evening. See you next week and stay safe all.